Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a no prop body weight mat Pilates. So let's begin with some lying pelvic rocks. So basically you just imagine your hips are like a bowl of water. As you flatten your back, you're tucking in the tailbone slightly. As you roll the hips forward, your tailbone will be pointing down towards the floor. As you're doing this, just breathe with each movement of the hips. Next, we'll just go into knee sways. This opens up your hips and lower back furthermore. Just imagine your knees are like windshield wipers here. And just keep breathing with each sway. Alright, next we'll just get into neutral spine. So in neutral spine, you want to imagine there is a small blueberry gap between your lower back and the floor. And just imagine you're zipping up from the front. And from here, we go into what we call a hook to femur arc. Just do this on the same side before we alternate it. Feet on the ground, we're just going to float one knee up to tabletop and lower them down. As you're doing this, toe taps, you also want to keep your spine in neutral, just maintaining a small blueberry gap. This starts to activate your deep abdominal muscles, connecting the movement of the diaphragm to your pelvic floor. Typically, we will exhale to toe tap down, inhale to float the knees up. But just do what is comfortable for you if you are new to this mat Pilates sequence. And after this, we'll go into tabletop leg extensions. So what you do is that you float the knee up to tabletop again, and this time around, you will straighten one knee away from you, bend the knees, bring it back to tabletop, all while maintaining a neutral spine. So this one will further challenge your core strength and core endurance. Next, we will progress into tabletop to femur arc with a DeadBug series, which means we will add with our hands here. The first version, alright, with the hands reaching up towards the ceiling, just go back to your femur arc or toe taps. Still want to maintain a neutral spine, exhaling, lower one toe, bring it back to tabletop, and you repeat. You can also tap the feet closer towards your buttocks to make it a little bit easier. Next, we'll go into bend and stretch here. Just like before, we're just straightening one knee out at a time, still maintaining a neutral spine. Alright, if it's too much for you, you can go back to alternate toe taps or just continue into the bend and stretch. Typically, we'll exhale again as we lower our toes or straightening the knees. Inhale, bring legs back up to tabletop. Alright, then we're going to advance this into a double leg stretch. Alright, so instead of one leg, both legs will straighten up away from you. You can also do a double leg femur arc. Okay, you can actually play around with it. I strongly recommend my students to play around with the variations in each set. The key is to maintain a neutral spine here. And next we'll just move into double leg bridge series. So with both feet on the mat, gently flatten our back, tucking in the tailbone, squeeze the butt cheek and slowly peel the bum, lower back, mid back, all the way up to the shoulder blades of the mat. So imagine you are sending the hips up towards the ceiling at the same time, pointing knees forward towards your toes. Okay, you want to feel this all under your back thighs and the bum muscles, buttocks. If you feel this on the lower back, there are a few options. One is to not lift the bum too high up yet, because we don't want to over-engage our lower back. Don't forget to breathe. So typically we will exhale to roll the spine off, inhale to melt the spine down, bone by bone. So as you melt the spine down towards the mat, you are trying to place each bone of the spine onto the mat. Next, we'll progress into a couple of single leg bridge hold. So with the hips extended fully, just need to straighten one leg out away from you, lower that foot, melt the spine down again, and just repeat one more on each side. So this targets further your back thighs and the bum muscles. You want to try your best to keep the bum at that height, keeping the hips square as you extend one leg away. There's a tendency for the bum to drop to one side, so we want to resist that dropping. Okay, next we just go into coordination 1 and 2 series with the arms outreach first. So bringing both legs up to tabletop. Let's warm up by bending our knees up and down towards the ceiling. After which, we bring our hands up towards the ceiling, straighten our legs and bend it in. Good. So with a bit of coordination here, as you bend the knees, you bring the arms overhead. As you straighten your knees, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. All while maintaining that neutral spine. In coordination 2, we reverse the arm movement, lowering arms towards the floor without resting it on the mat. As you straighten the knees up, bend the knees, arms back up to the start. We'll continue into our abdominal curl series, having our shins parallel towards the floor. As we press the hands down towards the floor, we're going to curl up, flatten our back. Inhale, return back to neutral spine. We can also further challenge ourselves with both legs straightened as you curl up, flattening the back. Just notice that you don't over tuck your chin in. You don't want to have strain on your neck here. This challenges further your core muscles as well. And we can also add into a bicycle legs or single leg stretch. As we curl up, straighten one knee at a time, bend the knees and return, and then you repeat. Good. At any time, if your neck feels strained, just rest the head, work on the arms and the legs here. And notice how my arms are not resting on the mat. Exhale to curl, straighten knees. This time around, we just hold into our hundreds. We just keep pulsing for hundreds all the way. And we have about 70 to 60 more small pumps, and we do with that breath. If breathing out is not possible, you can also whisper softly. That will help you to breathe out. And go on. We have a few more pulses to go, and as soon as we're done, we just rest. Alright, next we go into side plank lowers. It's a series. So coming onto elbows, bottom leg goes front, back leg goes back. Just lift the hips up into a side plank, lower the hips. Just want to watch that your shoulders, the bottom shoulders is away from your ears. You can keep the arms by your side or across your chest here. And then we'll just hold into our side plank after the last rep. Keep the hips high up. Let's add some hands variation to challenge this side plank lowers. As you lift the hips up, extend the arms overhead. That increases the lever length. Next, we'll go into side plank, straight knee, lift and lower. Just want to watch that you don't sink into your waist, so lift the waist high up and just pulse the top leg up and down a few times. You can also increase the challenge of this exercise by having the top arm behind your neck, looking forward, keeping a neutral spine. This targets your side obliques as well as your buttocks. Just watch that you don't sink into the side of the body. Alright, next we'll go into a side bend. I'm doing this with arms straight out. You can do this on the elbows. So on one arm here, as you lift the hips up, you're going to side bend, bring the top arm up and over. Bottom leg is in front, top leg is at the back. You can also switch it around depending on what you feel. After doing 3 reps, swing or swivel around your hips and do the other side for your side bends. So as you lift the hips up, go for the side bend. Lower the hips, bring it up again. You just want to watch that your shoulders, the supporting shoulders, are away from the ears as you lower the hips. And now with each side bend, we're going to add a twist like a thread the needle. Holding in side bend, we're just going to twist the arm under the armpits, looking at the armpits. Open your chest out, back to side planko, lower the hips. Lifting the hips up, side thread needle, open the hips, open your chest, lower the hips down. Swivel your legs to repeat on the other side for the thread needle. Lifting the hips up into side plank, thread the needle. Okay, you want to try your best to twist from the waist, the mid back here. A nice stretch as well for your thoracic area, which is the mid back. If this is too challenging, please come onto your elbows. Alright, we're going to do a couple of side hip swings again. Just come on the elbows and lift the hips up and down a few times. Keeping your spine straight. Now if you feel strain on the neck, just tilt your chin down slightly towards the floor. Just be careful that you don't drop the head down. You can also stack your arms over your top hip to do a couple of your side hip swings. So you're working on your side obliques and the side QL muscles, quadratus lumborum. Have the arms behind your head for additional challenge here. You can also have the arms overhead, like a side bend that we're doing earlier on. So instead of straight arm, or what I've demonstrated here is to be on your elbows here. And you can add your side twist. So here I'm showing you a variation where you can do this on the elbows here. Targeting similar muscle group, working on your side obliques and the side QL. Notice how you also have to get your inner thighs and the entire leg muscle group working as well. So this is a total body exercise. Many people tend to only use the upper body, so let's use the legs as well. You're really pressing the side of your feet on the floor. Then maybe just end off with some simple Z sit stretch. So sitting in a Z way, just turn the body towards your forward bent knee, and reaching the outside arm as far away as possible. You're going to get a very nice deep stretch on the outside waist, maybe around your inner thighs as well as the buttocks. Okay, do what is comfortable for you. You may prop your body up higher with a big pillow if you can't sink the chest down. Come out as we exhale. I'm going to repeat the other side. Twist, twist, twist. From the waist, opening up the hips, sink the chest down. If it's not possible, please prop your upper body up with a big pillow. Just hold there and breathe. Shouldn't feel any strain. Stretch should not be painful to the point that you're crying. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you enjoyed this sequence. If you have any questions, please leave your comments below. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next Mat Pilates inspired workout.